Mary MacKillop cared for all children, the poor, the lonely and the Indigenous children of Australia.
Mary MacKillop Prayer.
God of vision, we thank you for Mary MacKillop and Julian Terrison Woods, who loved this land and its people. As we struggle to realise our hopes for a more just country, may we witness to the meaning of fair play. For people and land, may we value the wisdom of Indigenous peoples. May we act to halt more damage to Earth.
May we live simply, love tenderly and walk humbly. We ask this in the name of Christ. Amen. Mary MacKillop used simple machines in her work. Mary used a hammer to pull out the screws and used a ladder to make the school taller. Mary moved around and encouraged to get materials. When Mary was building her school's tables, she used a simple machine called a screw to keep the tables together. Mary went out to get wood cut down by people with an axe, which is a wedge. She also went out to a well every day, and the well had a pulley system to get water for people.
In science, we've been learning about push and pull forces.
A push and pull force moves different objects in different directions.
We watched a video called Generation Genius.
Push and pull forces are used with throwing a ball, opening and closing a door, pulling a tissue out of a box and taking the lid off a pen or a texter.
In science, we've also been learning about simple machines.
The 6 simple machines are a pulley, an inclined plane, a wedge, a lever, a wheel and axle and a screw.
Simple machines make life easier.
A wedge helps cut because it's pointed. An example is an axe.
A pulley helps lift heavy things up. An example of a pulley is a flagpole.
A wheel and axle make it easier to push things by using wheels that turn. An example of a wheel and axle is on a car.
A screw helps making a hole in the ground when it spins. An example of a screw is an apple spiralizer.
An inclined plane helps lift things on a higher surface. An example of an inclined plane is on a ramp.
A lever gets things if they're in the way. An example of a lever is a fork.
Mary MacKillop was born on the 15th of January, 1842 in Melbourne, Victoria. She was the eldest child in her family. She had 3 sisters and 4 brothers. Her parents, Alexander MacKillop and Flora MacDonald, were born in Scotland and came to live in Australia. In 1866, Father Julian Terrison Woods and Mary MacKillop began the first St. Joseph's School in an old stable called the Stable School. 2 of Mary's younger sisters taught in the school, and other young women also came to help them. In the stable school, children had lessons in reading, writing, maths and singing. The girls learnt to sew whilst the boys enjoyed woodwork. Mary and her sisters also taught the children about God, and they taught them to put their trust in God.
Mary MacKillop is an important Australian who spent her life helping people, especially children, even after she died.
Mary MacKillop was declared Australia's very first saint on the 17th October 2010.